something that probably is going to be huge. Super Mario Run, and basically this week came out, and everyone knows now that it always needs to be online. How much online? We don't really know. Probably just a few kilobytes to go up to the servers to make sure that you just didn't pirate the game or whatever.
Yeah,
But there
yeah.
is an always online DRM there, and there's not going to be any Switch support, and it will launch on December the 15th. I personally think it's going to be huge. I'm going to download it. I'm going to play it. It's coming out around a time when I'm going to need something to play because I'll be traveling. So that will be fun to, play in my off time when I'm not sort of, involved a lot with family and whatnot. But at the same time, I would love to play on the plane that I'm going to be flying on, but it doesn't appear that's going to be possible. So I think that's a missed opportunity. I think they're trying to correct for something that doesn't need to be corrected for. And I don't understand why they're really doing this because I don't see a lot of people pirating this game at all, especially since I think it's free, right?
Yeah, it's you download it for free, and then when you want the full game, so you get like one world for free, and then for $10 you can get the whole game.
Oh, okay. So I can understand it a little bit then, but still, I mean, I just don't see people pirating it. Maybe I haven't done market research enough into mobile games and how much to pirate and so on and so forth, but I don't see it being that bad of a deal enough where they need to be always online. Like, I can understand checking once 24 hours and stuff like that, so that way people like myself who are traveling can still play it, but being always online, it's going to be weird how that ends up coming into effect. Like, will it actually always be online, or will it be like I mentioned, like it'll just sort of check in here and there? I don't know. What are your take on that?
I think that the $10 it will be interesting because of course on mobile, if you think $10, man, that's like super expensive. But if someone can do it, it's Nintendo. So I think that they can get away with it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I guess it kind of depends on how in depth this game is going to be. Like, is it just going to be sort of Super Mario meets Temple Run, or is it going to be something that it has a bit more of a Super Mario guided, I guess you could say, idea behind it? Because if you look at gameplay, it seems like it's basically like a normal Mario game. But it's always, it seems like the character's always running, you just make it jump.
yeah,
and so on and so
always
forth.
running to the right. And I played it actually in Apple Store because they have like this promotion going on where every iPhone, every iPad in the Apple Store has the game running.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. You can play 3 levels there, and I played 1, and it was interesting. You really need to get used to it because you like touch the screen and then Mario jumps, but if you touch it for a little longer, he jumps higher. So it's really a new way to play Mario, and sometimes you also can jump because like I said, you're always running to the right, but if you jump against the wall and then back, you can also get back. So it's really about timing, it's really about retrying the same level to get all the coins and stuff like that. It will be really high score based, and there are also some other modes like time trials against your friends, and that you can build your own world and stuff like that. So it's a pretty huge game, and I think if we look at it from a $10 perspective versus what you get, it's really enough. But if you look from it from I can also get from $10, I can really buy a lot of crap on the iStore or the App Store, of course. Then it will be hard to sell for people. I mean, they're not. You don't buy something for $10 like often on the App Store, so they
I have a feeling that it's probably going to get downloaded a lot, like the free demo version.
Absolutely.
I think that only about, and I'm being generous here, probably 50% of those downloading it are probably going to purchase it. But we're talking millions though of people are going to be downloading this, at least a free version to try it out. So if they only get 50 or even 30% of, like, say 10 million, right? That's still a good number. But I mean, I understand your worries though. Like, that's $10 on mobile, so I just think that if anyone could pull it off, it's Nintendo because of the hype behind their IPs, and being that they've already had something succeed on mobile now with Pokemon Go. Of course, this is more of a standard game, but at least it has the Mario name behind it, and so I think that will help it a lot.
Yeah, two things. One is that, of course, during Christmas, a lot of people will get iTunes cards, so
That's
that will
true.
also help. And maybe those people were not going to buy this, but now they have like a lot of money on their account, so then they go
And
ahead and
marketing
buy it.
people were thinking about that. See, I mean, all those
Yeah.
people in November, man, they screwed themselves.
Especially and what's also interesting is that Nintendo, I mean, if random X developer, I mean, even Square has a hard time like selling their games for 10 euros to where while they are like these classic games that you paid like $100 for back in the day. So I think that if someone can do it, it's Nintendo. And maybe after this, people will be used to buying games on app stores or don't have that like huge barricade anymore. And that will really help the app store, because right now everything is free. Otherwise, nobody will buy your game. A few exceptions, of course. But yeah, you really need to think about your business model without like being too hard on it. Like asking every minute for a bunch of money. That also doesn't work. So Nintendo just thought, okay, then they probably had some metrics where they showed, okay, if we do $10, we will get this attach rate. If we do $5, it will be higher, but not as much as if we would do it for $10. So
Yeah.
it will be super interesting to watch. It's
And
of course, Nintendo on the iOS store. I mean, Pokemon Go, I don't really count that, and Miitomo, of course, there. So like social app, their first
Yeah.
real mobile game, was not really a game. So this is also Mario, and they were at the Apple event. They have this App Store ad like going on in every App Store, so will be interesting.
yeah, I mean, it's also one of those things where this type of game is not that expensive to develop. Like, it's just a side scroller, and I mean, yeah, the polish of it is what is the expensive part. But I mean, side scrollers are, if you just think about how much coding goes into that, it's not really that much. That's why every single sort of free game maker application allows you to make a side scroller really easily. So I mean, it definitely helps from that end too, where if they do sell it for like $10 and then you look at the operation cost of how much it costs to develop it, they're going to be making a hefty profit regardless, I think. So yes, it will definitely be really great to see it go huge. That way they definitely make other IPs and pump them out on mobile as well. But if it doesn't sell huge and it just sells all right, I think that will still entice them to release more mobile applications in the future. It just might not be as quick as they would if this one's huge as well. So.
Yeah, they have the Animal Crossing and Fire Emblem like still planned for a release before April 2017. So we will probably still see that. But yeah, this is really the proof of the pudding. And I think that maybe the Animal Crossing game, for example, is free and that you can buy some furniture for real money and stuff like that. So